Welcome to the Playbook for Amazon podcast. I'm your host, Jeff Lieber, and the goal of this podcast is to share what's working today that's helping my company, Turnkey Product Management, sell over 8 figures per year on Amazon for our clients. We will share with you the actionable steps, systems, and playbook that you can plug into your business to boost your sales on Amazon. Let's go. On today's episode, we are discussing how purchasing high-quality online training programs or courses can be a game changer in your life and in your business. Self-education is very, very important to me. I have personally bought over 30 courses or online trainings in my life, conservatively spending over tens of thousands of dollars. And I've learned a lot of what to watch out for and how to effectively use them. And so in this episode, I just wanted to share some tips, some invaluable reasons for why you should invest in self-education for yourself and for your business, and also some of the best learning tips that I've learned and some of the strategies I use that when I'm personally going through an online training or a course, how do I get the most out of that course? How do I put it into action? How do I delegate it to my team so that it actually, I'm not just listening to it and learning, but I'm actually taking action and getting a real ROI in my business or in my life. So hopefully these tips will be helpful for you guys, and let's dive in. Like a lot of you out there, I've bought a lot of online courses, online training programs, masterminds, so many different types of paid content over the years. And some of them have done incredibly well. Some of them have changed my life, and some of them have done absolutely nothing, and some of them I didn't actually get through any of them. Right? You just buy them, then you put it on the to-do list for later. So what I wanted to do today was give you some of the top tips that I have for how to help digest any paid training or online course that you might be going through, and then how to hand that off to your team so that it actually gets implemented and gets done, number one. And then we're also going to talk about a few of the top reasons, like why is it worth you regularly investing in online trainings and courses and things of that nature to continue to push you forward. Because I do strongly believe that if you do it the right way, that it can make a really, really big impact in your business. So let's dive in. So number one, here are the top reasons of why to purchase online and invest in these online training programs regularly. Number one is strictly motivation, right? We've all downloaded free webinars, printable checklists and things of that nature, and we do absolutely nothing with them. If you don't pay anything for it, you typically don't value it very much, right? And that's just the nature of it. And so when you actually pay for something, even if it's as small as $10 or $100 or whatever it is, that helps you just psychologically be like, okay, well, I paid for it, so I should go through it. So that's why it's worth investing in it. Those free trainings and webinars, those are great too, but taking those, willing to invest actual dollars in it will help hold you accountable, right? Number two is time. So many people don't buy courses because they think, oh, I don't have enough time, right? But the thing is if it's a really strong and well done course that solves a problem that you have, it will save you time in the long run. Yes, you might have to invest 2, 3, 4 hours over the next couple of weeks if you're starting now, in order to go through that content and figure out what to do with it. But if you think really long term about it, can this help change your business or change your life or change the number of clients that you have, the number of customers that you have? Can it take you to the next level, right? So that's really something to think about. Is up front it feels like you're losing time or wasting time, but you're investing it for the long run, right? So that's number two. Number three is peace of mind. So, for example, lots of people sell on Amazon and they never really see the full potential of their product because they think that they're doing it the right way. They don't know that what they're missing, right? And so when you go through, someone else's course or have an expert set of eyes on it, you just have that peace of mind where, someone else that their day job is staying up to date on what's working and helping you dissect that and figure out a plan of action in order to take you next level. That's what you're paying for, is peace of mind that you're getting the best info out there, because it's impossible for you to stay up to date just by listening to podcasts and watching YouTube and reading blogs and all over the place. There's all this free content everywhere, but one, you're not going to value it, and two, it's just impossible to stay up to date. So you want to pay for what's working and what's applicable towards your business. Number 4 is, especially if you have a team, courses can be incredibly valuable, and that's because it helps get everyone on the same page, right? It's sort of like a uniform way of training your team. And so think about in your business, what do you delegate in your business, right? If you have competent team members, that's really great, and you can delegate stuff to them. But at the end of the day, if it's totally on you to manually train them one-on-one and hand over everything that's inside of your brain and everything you know about a particular topic, and it's up to you to train them and show them best practices and give them documentation, it's going to take a really long time to do that, and it's probably not going to be very effective. Versus you can pay to have your team members go through trainings. It doesn't always need to be you, the business owner. Actually, I would even recommend, and we do it at our company too, we'll sometimes buy training programs for particular employees, right? We have a paid media expert at our company, and I'm constantly investing in programs and in online trainings that he'll often bring to me and say, hey, I want to go through this program. Is this okay? And, it might cost $300. And I'll be like, if you think it's worth it, then let's do it, because I want to invest in my team. And I'm not a world-class expert at paid media or Facebook ads. And so I can't train him on it. And even if I was, it would take a lot of time for me to train him on all that. So I would rather just pay for a course on that topic and give it to that team member. So especially if you have a team, that's a great way to do that. And even if you don't have a team, that's a great way to have it in mind to give you the confidence to hire that first employee, that first team member, that first contractor in some cases, where you can know that it's not all on you to train them, right? You can hire that person and then give them a piece of training or a program that they can, train themselves to get to the next level. And then it's your job just to check in with them to make sure that they're learning it, have them send you their notes on the course if that's what you do, and just try to check in on them, say, what did you learn and what are you implementing from that course? Make sure that they're not just billing the time for it, but, show me the action plan that you're going to do after taking that Facebook ads course, for example. Then number 5 is more money. You can make more money. So in the short term, you're investing dollars into an online training or program or course or whatever you want to call it. But the goal is that if that is truly a competent course made by a good company or person, and they have truly good info and strategies that will help you, then it comes down to you executing with you and your team. And if that all goes well, in theory, you should be getting 2, 5, maybe 10, maybe even 100 times your return on investment, depending on how much the online training was, if you execute it, right? So I really view it as like an investment, like invest in this Facebook ad course for my guy that runs our ads. And then in theory, he should help make us thousands of dollars over the next year from that. So if you think in a long-term view, and be patient with it, and give it the time that it needs to see those results, then it can really, really pay for itself. If you're not investing in education and self-education or in educating your team, then you're not going to be growing nearly as fast as you could as if you were investing in those things, just plain and simple. And then number 6, one thing to look out for is make sure, especially in this day and age, it's just like it's industry standard pretty much to have some sort of satisfaction guarantee, right? So if a company is really confident in their online training program or in their course, they are going to typically have some sort of money back guarantee, satisfaction guarantee, whether it's 30-day guarantee or whatever it is. They should have some form of a satisfaction guarantee in place that if you check it out and you're like, wow, this was total BS, they totally, did not, they totally just sold me on this and there's nothing, on the back end, or I already know all that stuff or what have you. If that's the case, then you should be able to get your money back. So that's what's so unique about this, right? It's not like I can't go to college, right, to like university after high school and they don't have like a money back guarantee, right? So I'm going to go invest $40,000 a year into college and 2 years later, like, I don't think I'm getting my money's worth here. They're not going to give you your money back. But that's what's so unique about this day and age, about online education, is that is the industry standard now. Most places will give you your money back if it didn't provide you value. And so that's why it's really a low risk or often no risk investment. Like, why not try it out and check it out and see what it can do for you, right? So nothing to lose. So, okay, so next wanted to get into what are my biggest tips for how to make the information that you're digesting, whether it's a video, series course, or whether it's, standard operating procedures or a written form, whatever it is, how do you take that info and then make it useful and apply it to your business and get a really fast return on investment? So number one is taking notes. It seems old-fashioned, but I know a lot of people that they just listen to them, while they're working out or at the gym or driving, and they'll just listen to a whole course, but they didn't take one note on the whole thing. And maybe they went through 5 hours of content, and then maybe the next day they'll try to remember, like, what was that one thing? And then they'll maybe take one action on it, right? So that would just be number one, is take notes and be an active listener. What I do is I personally like using Google Documents because it's something that can be on my phone and on my desktop, on my laptop. And so that it's always live. So I can, be listening in different places and then add my notes to it. Evernote is another great note-taking software, right? But passive listening is not enough. You're not going to retain the info as much. There's a lot of studies out there. I don't know the exact number at the top of my head, but there's a lot of studies, as you've probably heard, that just simply taking notes helps increase your retention of the information versus it's just kind of one in one ear and out the other if you're not taking notes or being an active listener. The number two tip I have is to separate your notes section from action items, right? Because sometimes you might end up with, say, 8 pages of notes, and if it's not organized into something that you can put into action, then it may be overwhelming and you may not ever put it to use. And so what I like to do is I'm typically taking bullet point notes, right? And I'll have like a note section, and then I'll have like an action item section at the bottom so that it's separate. I'll try my best to, whenever there's an actual action item, like, oh, that's right, I need to add video to my sales page or whatever it is. If that was my action item and that's an obvious one, then I'll actually write that in the action item section, and if possible, even try to write that in there. Say, when can I do this by? How long is it going to take? Who can help me with this on my team? Maybe a team member can actually take that one and you can delegate it. Finding a way to pull out the action items so it actually gets put into use. Another method that I like as well, and this is kind of a lazier method, but it works for me as well, is I just put an asterisk symbol right before the bullet point or the note. So if it's something that I know is like an action item, I just put shift, I press shift and then the 8 key, and then that's on my keyboard, that's the asterisk symbol. So that way at the end, I can then search the document for that asterisk symbol, right? And so I use a Windows computer, and so I press Control F on my computer in the Google document, and that pulls up the search for a word within the page function. And then I just search for the asterisk symbol, and maybe there's 7 asterisk symbols located in that document, and I can quickly go through all of them and then extract them later if I'm in a rush, right? I can organize the notes later and just quickly find those asterisk symbols. And if you use a Mac, an Apple computer, I think you need to use that Apple or command symbol or whatever it's called. And then, so hold that plus F, I believe. But yeah, so those are some of the ways. And then, so once you've identified, okay, here's the 7 action items that I have. One tip that I have is that if you have a lot of action items and it's a little bit overwhelming, what I would recommend is sometimes I'll put it into like an Excel spreadsheet or into my task management software. Like I use Asana, ASANA is my project management software, and I'll put them in Asana. And then Asana has these nice fields, and you can do this in Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets as well. And I'll add columns such as, how much estimated time will it take to complete this task in maybe minutes or hours. So, because some things are literally a 5-minute task, right? But some might be like a 12-hour project, right? And so it's really important to help, identify the differences there, because if wow, I've got 4 5-minute tasks or less, and then I've got 2 like 10-hour projects, well, then you might as well just immediately prioritize those 5-minute tasks and get those done. because any action is better than none. So keep it simple and as easy as possible for yourself. And so that really helps. And then also I'll have like a column called delegate. So who can I delegate this to, if anyone? Sometimes I can, and I need to do it myself. But sometimes I can be like, oh, I could delegate that to Jessica. That's right up her alley. Or I can delegate it to Nolan. That's related to Facebook ads, and I can delegate it to him. And then it's off my plate. All I need to do is delegate, right? And give them the info that they need. Or I can give them the login to the course and say, hey, Nolan, go watch module 7 of this course on Facebook ads and, come back to me with a plan of action in order to execute that strategy. So those are some of the main tips that I've learned over the years. I mean, I've probably bought, like I said, over 30 different training programs, spent tens of thousands of dollars, probably more. But conservatively, definitely over tens of thousands of dollars on courses and trainings. And at the end of the day, I've only had to ever return a few of them because they were pure crap, or just not well done, or weren't what I thought it was based on the sales page. But most of them, I do get a positive ROI on them fairly quickly. So those are some of my main tips. If you are interested in Amazon, if you're selling on Amazon and you have, say, either the pain points of having lack of customer reviews, you need help in the customer review generation area. If you're stuck on reviews and you're getting crushed by your competitors who have hundreds or thousands of reviews, and that is something that could help you compete, take you to the next level, we do have an online course. We call it a customer review generation accelerator. It's more than just a course. You get some other really cool stuff with it, but we do have a course that we've designed that you can hand it off to any team member and they can go execute those strategies. And again, what's nice about this is you only need to literally do like one of our review strategies, not all 8 of them, in order to see an impact on your business. The more you do, the better, obviously. But so that's one accelerator that we've designed and worked really hard on and gotten great feedback for. Then we also have a growth strategies on Amazon accelerator. And those are things that will help scale your sales to the next level. They're actual strategies that we use with our clients where we sell over 8 figures per year on Amazon. So that's what's working today on Amazon. And so that's another course that we've put together that is totally worth the investment, in my opinion, and has one of those satisfaction guarantees. So if you're like, this is not what I thought it was, then we'll happily give you guys your money back. So those are just 2 exciting updates that we've worked really, really hard on here at Turnkey Product Management, and want to let you guys know. But whether you guys use those courses or invest in those or not, hopefully you took away these course and online training program tips and tricks that I talked about today. And, because over the next, hopefully the rest of your life, you'll be buying different courses and online trainings and investing in self-education. Even if you're listening to an Audible book, an audio book, or reading a business book, these same principles apply to it as well. So I hope that these tips will make an impact and make all of those online trainings that you might purchase in the future even more effective for you and help take you and your business to the next level. So thank you guys for listening, and let us know how it went. Thank you so much for tuning in. So again, self-education is so important to me. It's made such a big impact in my life. To be honest, I've learned so much more through self-education than I did, through traditional schooling in college. I did learn a lot there, but self-education in specific areas that you want to learn in and that help solve a pain point that you have is just incredibly valuable, in my opinion. And so hopefully the tips I shared today will help a lot of you throughout your life and in your business. So, and again, if you want to check out our courses, our accelerators, we've worked really, really hard on them. And if you're wanting help in the Amazon space, whether it's related to customer review generation or growth strategies or anything that can help you grow on Amazon and take your business to the next level, please just head over to turnkeyproductmanagement.com. And under the services section, there should be an accelerators button, or you'll see links all over for our different accelerators and courses that we have. And also want to throw out there as well, if you made it this far to the end of this episode, if you do reach out to us and just contact us at our website, and it's of interest to you, what we'd like to do is currently we're offering that if you wanted those courses but also were interested in coaching, if you just sign up for 1 month of our private Inner Circle coaching program, where you get a one-on-one coach for as little as 1 month, you can try it out and you can keep going longer if you'd like, or you can just stop after a month. But if you invest in just 1 month of that coaching program, we'll give you both of those accelerators that we currently have, and we've got others that we're currently working on right now. So we'll probably have more coming very soon by the time you listen to this. But we'll give you those accelerators for free because we actually find that it complements our coaching program so well, because our coach might identify on a call with you, hey, you're missing this, you have really low number of reviews and you've got negative reviews and a bad rating. Let's focus on reviews. They can just point you to our review generation accelerator and say, let's find out which strategy makes most sense for you. Once they find that out, say, okay, it's module 3, lesson 4, go listen to that. There's a SOP, on step-by-step how to do it. Go execute that, and then we'll check in with you, in a week or two. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help. And so it really helps shortcut the learning curve, and it's a great complement to the coaching program. So it's a way for you to try out the coaching program and get access to our best strategies all at once. So just make sure you mention that you listen to this episode, and that's and then our team will understand that and hook you up with that free resource. So anyways, hopefully that's helpful for you guys. And I really hope that you enjoyed the tips and strategies that I talked about in today's episode, and really appreciate your time listening to us. So thank you so much, and we'll hopefully catch you on the other side.